and welcome to Let's Bleepin Play. We are continuing through this maze of an airport, and I am Flying Sean.
I'm falling with style, Thomas.
And I'm Snakes on a Mason.
This would have been a lot funnier if I was actually falling when I said that.
I like that. I was trying to think of it. The fact that you went within the falling with style was honestly perfect. So we don't rehearse any of these names, and sometimes it's just like, can we think on our toes? Yes or no?
It's usually no.
But this.
Listen, if there was are we past a minute yet?
Yes.
If there wasn't a
maybe.
If there wasn't the rule on YouTube about I guess full time. Sorry. If there wasn't the thing about cursing before a minute on YouTube, I would have gone with I'm sick of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking Mason.
He could have said monkey biting on Monday.
Exactly. Is the Snakes on a Plane edit the best TV edit?
I have had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane.
It's either that or Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon. What's the
Find a Friend in the Alps, or
I always do it as Find Me in the Alps.
yeah.
You see what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps? That's what happens.
What's the one that you like to quote a lot? That's like, my name is Buck, and
so it's the Kill Bill. It's my name is Buck, and the edit, just the guy either did when he went in to record it, did it with a deeper voice that is there, and so it comes down, and I like to party.
I feel like I've looked this up before, like funniest TV.
Those are like Hans. That sounds like a fucking.
Yeah, TV edits are pretty hilarious. I think we get less of them a lot more often because there's just not as much talk about things hitting TV.
Here's another Sam Jackson line from Die Hard with a Vengeance. Look, all brothers don't know how to shoot a gun, you racist melon farmer.
What was it? Big Fat Gun?
Big Fat Gun.
Big Fat Gun.
Thomas and I both watched the Doom TV edit, and I'm not saying that the 2005's Doom is better as a TV edit, but I will say that I laughed at multiple TV edit moments in that.
It was really only Big Fat Gun.
Big Fat Gun is the best, but also there are moments that you can tell they clearly cut to avoid some of the violence.
Oh yeah.
But like they cut away, and I was like, well, that was a real quick cutaway there. That's weird.
Oh,
it's
because the guy gets his head blown off.
It's when you find a stranger in the Alps.
Stranger in the Alps, yeah. This is what we talk about when platforming goes awry.
Well,
I'm fucking up.
From the usual suspects, hand me the keys, you fairy godmother. That's a line they repeat a bunch too. That's really funny.
That one's good.
Fun fact, The Usual Suspects is one of my dad's favorite movies.
It's a good movie. It's been a long time since I've watched it, but it's a good movie.
Scarface, this sounds like a great big chicken just waiting to be plucked.
So I have never watched Scarface.
Really?
Neither have I, but
part of it is like the hype around it, and the people I knew who really swore it was the greatest movie ever, and I was like, well, you say a lot of movies are the greatest movies ever, and I've watched several of them and gone, nope. So I just kind of never really watched it, despite my love of Pacino. But it's one of those movies that I feel like when I watch it, I'm like, yeah, that was good, but also maybe a little overhyped. Like maybe if I'd watched it when I was younger before hearing the hype, I would be like, it's probably like a lot of people who watch nowadays go back and watch Boondock Saints. And are like, what's the hype around this movie? I've seen a lot of you like, okay, what's the hype around it? But like I watched it when I was 17 or 18 and was like, oh my gosh, this is peak.
That was my reaction to Boondock Saints. Because it was the exact same thing. I'd seen so many people be like, oh my god, Boondock Saints is one of the best movies ever made, and I watched it, and I'm like, it's good. I like that William Dafoe plays a homophobic gay guy.
Yep. It is very, very funny. The death by toilet is very good.
Yeah.
It's a unique movie from a director who has a style that legitimately, if you've watched anything else that he directed, including the really bad Boondock Saints sequel, he directed one movie.
Oh, fuck it.
I don't think you're gonna complete that mission.
No.
From the Matrix. Jeepers Creepers, is that thing real?
Matrix.
I heard a different TV edit then, because I watched The Matrix on AMC once, and instead of Jeepers Creepers, it was Jiminy Christmas, which is something. That's a saying my dad uses all the time. So I heard it on TV, and I was like, "What the?"
Because Jiminy Christmas is the polite way to say Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, I get it now.
Oh, yeah.
I never understood that now.
No?
Until now.
Yep.
Learn something new every day.
Matrix also has one of my favorite TV edits. When Neo needs the phone call, he says, "How about I give you the finger?"
Give you the flipper.
How about I
That's
give you
right.
the flipper?
How about I give you the flipper?
Which then,
Forgot
you know.
about that.
How about I give you a flipper?
That was a joke in my around my family forever. Like we talked. That was what we that. It's so funny to think about the idea of him using a flipper.
I just imagine he says that line, "How about you give me the flipper?" And then two seal flippers come up, and he's like,
It also just is. How about I give you the finger slash, and then how about I give you the flipper? Are just the perfect Keanu Reeves lines. Like he delivers those
That
in the
line is
most
really good.
Keanu Reeves way, and I love
give
it.
you the finger, and you give me my phone call. That is the best line in that movie.
No.
It's definitely not the best line in the movie.
Actually, no. The best line in that movie is, "Come on, stop trying to hit me and hit me."
Well, the best line is "Dodge this."
Yeah.
I guess I'll be the
Simple
asshole.
two-liner.
I guess I'll be the asshole who says I think The Matrix is a touch overrated.
And I'll be the asshole who says I love Matrix 2 and 3. So
Yeah,
Damn.
you know, because you're fucking stupid.
I haven't seen Have you? I haven't seen any of the other Matrix movies.
I like
Only
philosophy, Mason.
I
And
only recently watched the first one.
I don't hate the Matrix sequels as much as everyone else, but they are definitely worse movies.
I will agree. They are.
I also don't love the Matrix as much as everyone else. I still think it's a good movie, but there was a list a while ago of like the top 50 action movies of all time, and the Matrix was number 4 or number 7 or in the top 10. I was like, really?
I mean, I would have it high. It would probably be low top 10 for me in terms of action because of how it impacted the entire genre.
That's fair, but also, yeah, that's fair.
Like that.
I just think of John Woo when I think of Gun Kata.
That's fair. That's no John Woo film was as popular as The Matrix is. So
yeah, I know.
I'm
bitter.
I don't know. Would you say Face Off was on the same level?
No.
Oh man.
The Matrix is legit. Like
it was a cultural.
Face Off is a cult classic that made solid money, but is more not like everyone knows what The Matrix is.
That's fair.
Again, like kind of as Nick Cage's renaissance happened in the 2000s, all of his movies kind of got a new look and life at it.
Well, that's like saying, like, what's more popular, Con Air or Braveheart?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I know Con Air more, I like Con Air more, but everybody knows Braveheart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, when Nick Cage is on that plane and he's like, "They'll never take our freedom." Yeah, I know.
Sure.
I know Braveheart.
All right. Let's see if you can get this time.
I'm gonna pull.
Yes.
Okay, now we need to stick the landing. And he made it! Shoot that snake.
Wow, that snake didn't do shit.
He was trying to get in some boots.
Make, stick that laser in that snake. Jafar, he's our man. If he can't do it, great! I don't know why I started quoting Aladdin. I just love that movie.
Well, I was going to say, I think one of your base instincts is to call Robin Williams, and
Yeah.
Robin Williams has a lot of good lines in Aladdin. So.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, you know what? Fuck this. I am going to attempt one more time to do the damn timing thing, and if not, I'm just going to exit the level.
That's fair.
Attempt once more.
Because you beat the mini boss.
I beat the boss. I gave Ham his coins. I did basically everything.
Okay.
It's this and collecting the little people that I haven't done yet.
This.
Way to use the PC term.
They're literally the little people.
They are. They're little tykes. Which did Toy Story? Did they stop using the little tykes in it because they didn't want to pay the license for them?
Probably.
Probably.
I assume maybe Mattel. The more profitable license to use was Barbie. So.
Mm-hmm. Because they had Little Tykes, Barbie, and Potato Head.
Is Little Tykes Mattel?
I don't know. I think they're Fisher Price.
See, but Fisher Price is part of it.
Is Fisher Price part of Mattel?
I think,
Yeah,
right.
So then,
Because we talked about that the other day.
Rescue Heroes is owned by.
Yeah. So like they had Little Tykes, Potato Head, Barbie, Etch-a-Sketch, the monkeys, whatever the what are the
Barrel of
Monkeys. I know they have one or two other that are actual product toys that again eventually like you have to pay the license every time you do it. That you're like, well, maybe let's create more of our toys.
Yep. An attempt was made.
That's fair. All right.
Okay, so I guess Little Tykes is just like its own brand.
It's his own brand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you got 3 out of the 5, so that's not. And again, it's not like we need that many Pizza Planet tokens to move on, right?
No, I believe it's 30,
Okay,
but
so
I could be wrong.
Did you guys ever have the Little Tykes car?
I had the Little Tykes plane.
I never had.
Plane? There was a plane?
Oh yeah, there was a plane. The fire truck.
No, wait, no, I didn't have the plane. My grandma did.
My grandma had the plane. I think the fire truck and one other. There was.
I think we're talking. I meant like the car that was like big enough that you could fit in.
Oh,
those?
Yeah.
My daughter had one. Yes.
Your daughter had one. Okay.
And now I believe it was given to my niece now, so it's still in the family. No, Jesse.
This episode is this level is Tarmac Trouble.
It's a good name. Honestly, the names of the levels have been pretty good as a whole.
Yeah.
Like some of them are just simple, like Al's Penthouse, so but when they've given names, it feels like they've actually been decently clever.
Right.
Also, I love that this insinuates that Bullseye is like the fastest creature on the planet.
He's fucking.
Yeah.
He's so fast.
Like how tiny you are, how fast you have to move to be able to catch up with that.
Either that, or we've got another Furious 7, 8 mile long.
It's 6.
6 mile long. How do you remember that?
It's not. It's Furious 6. It's Fast and Furious 6.
It's from 6. Okay, I couldn't remember which one.
But also like even if it was longer, you still have to get fast enough to catch up to it.
Yeah.
Oh goodness gracious! Which is why Bullseye is.
This is the final level of the game. Not the final boss, but this is the final level.
I think we've talked about throughout this that like I do really like level designs in this game. Like they put a lot of thought in how to make each level feel Toy Story by making the villains very all toys and things like that.
Yeah.
But in the end, they all feel very. Oh, that's a cool power up. They all feel very much within the franchise.
Yeah, nothing feels really out of place.
Mm-hmm, which is really good because it is hard. It is at the time everything got a platformer tie-in game to the movies, an era we should go back to. But they definitely like there are many that you're just like, what does this have to do with whatever whatever we watched? And this feels very much like it fits with everything.
I believe it's Toy Story 2, not Toy Story 2, Stuart Little 2 on the PS1, where like the enemies are like realistic ass spiders, and it's like, I guess that fits because Stuart is a realistic looking mouse, but I don't know.
God, what a weird movie, Stuart Little movies.
Stuart Little movies are very weird. I mean,
your goddamn mouth.
I saw Stuart Little in theaters opening weekend.
Were those the last big movies Michael J. Fox was in?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm sure he's done. Obviously, he's been in things, but yeah, like the last big franchise type movies.
I think that, yeah.
It feels like it.
I will say, kind of a pain in the ass thing for this level. This plane is how you get around a lot, like from progressing place to place. So there will be times where you have to wait for it.
I mean, it's an interesting.
It's not a bad thing.
It's definitely
kind of annoying.
interesting. You have to kind of figure out where it is. So, but that's not a bad design flaw at all.
No. It's just a bit annoying.
Mhm.
That's kind of
Makes sense. It just moves really slow. It seems like.
yeah. Also wasting gas because it's just going around in a circle over and over again.
This is the 90s. We don't worry about wasting gas.
That'll be future me's problem.
Gas is infinite, right?
Yes.
What do you mean the planet's burning?
That seems like a problem for like 2030, which will never happen because Y2K is going to happen.
Then the world didn't end, and they're like, oh shit.
Ah, damn. We got another. How many more years?
Quite a few.
So you're trying to wait for it to get to a spot.
For some objectives.
Oh, okay.
Right now, I'm just collecting coins. That's what I always try and do first thing first.
Fair enough. Okay. I was just trying to figure out what you were doing, and I was like, I don't really know what you were doing here.
It might help if I actually explain like a good Let's Play.
No. We have to talk about Keanu Reeves and The Matrix. People aren't coming here to watch us explain what we're doing. They're watching us play while we give incredible commentary, like Mason's bad opinions.
Hey.
Yeah, I can give a bad opinion if you want.
I did earlier just talk about liking the Matrix sequels, which I'm sure there's several people that are like, the fuck?
Thomas, give us a bad opinion.
I like Equilibrium more than The Matrix.
Jesus fucking Christ, that's terrible, Jack.
That is a bad opinion.
Yeah.
I do like Equilibrium, though.
I was gonna say, it's a bad opinion, I know, so I really don't give a fuck.
I mean, I've never seen Equilibrium.
Equilibrium is an interesting idea that also, like, kind of fails at times. That's the idea.
That's Equalizer. I was about to say that's Denzel Washington.
No, Equilibrium is Christian Bale, Taye Diggs, and I can't remember
Sean Bean.
Sean Bean. I can't remember because the woman
The
is
guy that dies and everything. I got you.
and so basically the premise is that Christian Bale's character. Basically, there's they've taken away emotions.
In the future, there's a pill that takes away emotions. It's caused it to be kind of a totalitarian government because no one has emotions, and Christian Bale is called like peacekeeper or something.
Yeah, I think
he's basically a super cop,
Mhm.
and anyone who has anything that causes emotion, music, art, love, anything like that, he takes them away.
Damn.
But he accidentally forgets to take his pills, and then he all of a sudden actually starts feeling emotional, and he's like, oh shit, what have I done? So the whole movie is kind of him trying to hide that while also trying to, basically that.
It's also got a bit of Kingdom Hearts 2 in this, in that, like, you have the people saying, there's no emotions, you have no emotions. I'm feeling very emotional about having no emotions.
Yeah.
Which is a Kingdom Hearts 2 thing with the nobody saying, we have no heart, we can't feel anything. I'm feeling so many things about not being able to feel things.
Yeah.
But no, Equilibrium, I like the movie. I know a lot of people who hate it. So there's a bunch of people who absolutely hate it because it is kind of dumb, but I think it works. Like, I think it's a movie that thinks it's really, really smart, and you shouldn't take it too seriously what it's always saying, but it has a lot to offer. Like, I legitimately really do like it.
The reason I like it more than The Matrix is very philosophy.
This is why everyone hates moral philosophy.
There's so many discussions about philosophy and everything, and that's fine if that's something you're into. For me, I kind of like that Equilibrium does talk about it a lot, but a lot of times it's more show than tell. There's a scene where Christian Bale listens to music without the... I died. Where Christian Bale listens to music without the pill for the first time, and he just breaks down. And that scene for me is so strong.
It's a good scene. Christian Bale is really good in it because is that right after Batman Begins or right before Batman Begins? Right before Batman.
Yeah, that'd have been.
It was before The Machinist.
So yeah.
So that'd have been 2000. It was. Well, I just saw it. It was 2002.
Yeah, I think that's yeah. So before he became Batman, and you said Christian Bale, Batman was his first franchise, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, he was very much, Christian Bale's always, I'm only going to do what I want to do. Aside from, I think Terminator Salvation is pretty much his only I did that for a paycheck movie.
Okay, so here's the thing. I think Christian Bale did want to do Terminator Salvation. It's just everything behind the scenes fucked it up so much.
That's fair.
Pissed off.
That's fair. But also, like, I do agree. I think there is actually an element that you're probably.
Pocahontas?
The which Pocahontas?
The
Disney one?
The Disney one, yeah.
Yeah, he's John Smith's friend.
Yeah. Because John Smith's Mel Gibson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I barely have watched Pocahontas. I don't watch it very often.
Pocahontas sucks.
I don't think it sucks, but
that's kind of my hot take. I think it sucks.
That's fair. It's got one really good song, and
that's it. I will say it has a couple good songs. I like Colors of the Wind, obviously. I like Savages.
That's true. Savages is a good song.
That's about it.
Yeah.
It's probably the weakest 90s Disney movie.
I don't think there's even... Oh my gosh. I don't even think there's much of an argument. It has to be the weakest 90s.
It is.
Let's see.
I mean, I guess the only other one you could put, and it's not, I don't think, again, it would be Tarzan, I guess.
Think carefully about what you say next.
But I like a lot more of Tarzan.
Really good.
I was going to say, shut your whore mouth.
How's that? I said weakest.
I guess maybe you said Tarzan or Hunchback would be probably the next tier.
That's right. I forgot Hunchback was nice.
Because you got, again, both of them great music. Okay, everything else.
Shut your whore mouth.
I don't dislike Tarzan. I like Tarzan quite a bit. It's an incredible Phil Collins music video.
One eye open.
And then Hunchback has one incredible song, and they were like, we really need to replicate Robin Williams. How are we going to do that? I know, Jason Alexander.
I know a lot.
I'm losing to a bird.
I know a lot of people love Hunchback, and good for them. Man, I don't.
I like one song, Hellfire, and everything else I'm kind of meh.
Again, it's similar to Pocahontas. I like the songs. I do like it more than Pocahontas because I like Out There.
That's true. Yeah, that is a good song. The thing about the problem with Hunchback.
What, Mason?
I'm not saying anything.
Is its secondary characters, its comedy characters are unbearable.
Oh no, the gargoyles are not
unbearable.
It's weird because the comedy works when it's not trying too hard. Like that one scene where Esmeralda's doing the pole dance, and Frollo's like, "Oh, look at that disgusting display." And people's like, "Yes, sir." Like that's funny. But when they're trying too hard, it is so.
Jason Alexander too hard? He's never done that.
It's so unabashedly, like, I don't want to say cringe or whatever, but it's like, or even anger-inducing, but it's like...
They were... It's written in a way they were so desperate for another Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Like,
since you brought that up, I rewatched a video recently. If you guys haven't seen Lindsay Ellis's video about Aladdin and Robin Williams and how it changed... animated movies going forward, and how every one of their movies needed a character like that, and how every animated movie became like cast focused in the marketing. That video is great.
It was a absolute shift, and not necessarily a shift for better.
No, it wasn't. Let's not be blunt.
Like,
it wasn't.
It definitely was a decision going forward that they made.
And it wasn't even really Aladdin's fault. It was Shrek's fault.
Aladdin definitely contributed. Because you can see the change throughout the 90s before Shrek.
Aladdin started the problem, inadvertently started the problem. Shrek supercharged the problem.
And yeah, I mean, I guess, I mean, if again, going back into it and realize, how big Mike Myers was in the 90s, and Eddie Murphy still was big, so, maybe they were the draw. I don't know. That's a possibility, but I think again, Shrek was just following along with what everything was doing.
But I mean, if you look at every piece of promotional material for Shrek, they push the cast hard. They push the cast hard, and that's now what it feels like every animated movie after that does.
Yeah, And it doesn't need it.
Oh yeah, I will say
Mario did not need an all-star cast to make $1 billion.
no.
It's fucking Mario.
Yeah.
It would have made that money.
It would have. There are instances where like I get it in the marketing, you're trying to get to something that maybe is not as well known, but yeah, Mario didn't need a huge cast. It would have been
Fun.
yeah, it would have been just fine. Maybe they lose $5-10 million out of it.
Maybe they use $5-10.
Like it would not have been. It would not have been that's one of the bigger incidents recently.
I don't hate the celebrity cast.
No.
Or whatever. They do fine, but it's the ultimate. Like you can tell they did it just because they had to.
Yep. Which is kind of an Illumination thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even that has permeated into Pixar over the last decade plus.
Yeah.
They still have a lot of smaller, not as big casts, but they have multiple movies where the cast is a driving force.
I like Soul. What was her name? Tina
Fey.
Mm-hmm.
What did she add? What did she add to that movie?
Yeah, fair point.
It's a lot of finding, again, paychecks for the actors. I'm not bemoaning the actors for taking things, but it's one of those that's it feels like that it's a huge part of the budget that they have to when there are great voice, and it also then makes people a lot of times it can devalue the voice actors.
Yeah,
and that's also not to say that the big name actors are always just there to be there. Like Amy Poehler in Inside Out, for example, is
Amy Poehler's
but
also Amy Poehler has been a voice actor a lot in her life before.
Really?
Yeah.
What else did she do?
I mean, she's done some Japanese stuff. She did Life of Arietti. She did 2 or 3. She's done voice acting before as well. So because remember,
it's also. I'm okay with screen actors doing voice acting if they have a very iconic voice.
Mm-hmm.
Like Patrick Warburton is technically an actor for both,
mm-hmm.
but I know him more as a voice actor
mm-hmm.
because he just has such an.
Oh yeah, and again, the crossing over voice actors doing doing stuff. Actors, again, it is all acting, but it's a skill, and a lot of times it's just taking a flow. I'll just go and I'll read lines in the booth.
Yeah.
But yeah. We'll continue more exciting conversations, and Thomas will figure out this giant airport maze next time.
Yeah.
What happened?